Marcus went through shoot around, looked fine, but you know that'll be. He'll let us know if he can't go, but I'm assuming he's going to go. Available.
You're competitive game against the teams last night. What weeks was it competitive? How's your play?
Yeah, I mean they're having a great year, and you know I think their depth is really good. They play at the best pace in the league, and you know we've been one of the worst transition defensive teams since the All-Star break. This is the best transition offensive team in the league, so that is going to be where the game starts. Obviously, we've got to do a lot better job in transition, and they put you on your heels the whole time. I mean, and it starts with Fox with the ball. He's just got a special ear playing up the court.
Brad, how much do you think missing shots on offense affects getting back on defense?
For really good teams?
For you?
Doesn't.
I guess that's
We're not as good as we need to be yet. So it shouldn't be an issue. I mean, I just think that's as you get into the latter parts of the season, and everybody knows when they're playing, how everything is going to play itself out, make or miss. You got to do your job on the shot, and we haven't done a great job of that, and that's going to be critical. If we make teams play against our set defense, that usually means we're running good offense and getting a reasonable shot, not turning it over, and we have a pretty good chance of being successful if we do that. I'm sure that some can, but I don't think it's. I think you have to build the right habits prior to. Doesn't mean you're going to play perfect heading in. I mean, you can go through the list of teams in the NBA that have had tough stretches right before the playoffs. Go through the list of teams that have won Super Bowls, with the exception of the Patriots over the course of the last 15 years, and there have been a lot of teams that really went to a different level just because they played well. And I just think the bottom line is you got to do everything you can to be healthy, feel good, play well, and show yourselves capable of putting together a good stretch. But I think habits are a big part of that.
Is it important for your guys this last stretch just so that they have that in their DNA when things get difficult in the postseason?
It's going to be difficult right out of the gate for us. I mean, that's the bottom line. And that would be the case anyways because the playoffs are just hard. But yeah, I mean, if you're not ready for the physical and emotional and mental challenge of each possession in the playoffs, then that'll hit you right between the eyes.
Do you feel they're solid with the habits now?
Well, our habits need to get better. We met yesterday. We have 1 month before the Saturday. Today now it will be 1 month until the Sunday where the playoffs start. Transition defense is number one because if we don't get back, we don't have a chance. And then from there, I think there's a few things we can clean up on both ends. And then, like everybody else, we'll add little tweaks and things here and there that we haven't put in yet for a reason. But for the most part, this is what it is, and we just have to clean those little things up.
Keeping that in mind, Brad, transition defense, how closely off the road trip before you must have this road trip, do you watch and monitor energy?
I mean, I think it's a good question. It's real, but it's not something we talk about. And maybe you sub a person who looks a little bit winded out a minute earlier. Maybe take Smart out earlier because he's sick yesterday. But our guys are highly conditioned guys, and we haven't played since Monday. We should be good to go.
I mean, I guess what I'm getting at, energy is different than tradition. You look for players to play with the focus that
we've got
to be there.
Yeah, if we don't, we'll get beat. But the bottom line is that there's an expectation that we're not going to make any excuses. We will play with focus and energy if we want to have success.
Brad, you talked about getting together and saying there's a month left for the playoffs. Can you put tonight in perspective, meaning that you're coming off a pretty successful West Coast trip and you got a month to go? So how's this game tying in?
Well, it's only successful if your last game didn't feel like that. So, I mean, I think ultimately, we didn't play well against the Clippers. They had a lot to do with that. As I went back and watched the film, I mean, I thought we did a lot of things that we could have done better, but man, did they play well that night. I mean, they were terrific. And you know, even if we would have played well, maybe we come up a little bit short, but we would have liked to have played with a little bit more, you know, detail on both ends of the court than we did. So this is another chance to do that. And again, I look at this as we're not going to be able to practice transition drills right now. We don't have enough bodies coming off, like you said, Mike, the West Coast trip. This is the best thing we can be doing tonight, is playing against the best transition offense in the league, and really become even more committed to being great at that.
Coach, you guys missed Bagley a week ago. He's back tonight. What does he add to this team, and what have you seen from him?
Yeah, he's super talented. You know, obviously, I've always thought that lefties in and around the basket have a special advantage, but you know, he's quick. He can score over both shoulders. He can shoot it. You know, he runs. He defends. He's awfully good. And you know, they've got a bunch of young, good bigs. You know, I think Cauley Stein's good. I think Giles is good. Bagley. They've done a really good job of building this group. And you know, it's and we saw it firsthand the other day. But there's a reason they're in it this late. They've had a heck of a year. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.